Hello, beautiful people. How are you? I hope you are doing good and fine. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you for stopping by once again. It's my pleasure to always come and talk to you guys or take you around this beautiful country, Malaysia, that I am currently. So thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, please kindly consider subscribing, okay, so that you can join the happy family, and ensure you hit the notification bell so that you can always be notified anytime I upload a new video. If you are my returning subscriber, I love you guys so much for always actually following me, because you are the major reasons why this channel is still going, okay, despite the challenge we had some months ago. So thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Anyways, today I'll be talking on a very important topic. Is Malaysia worth visiting? I believe this channel is mixed. We have internationals here, we have Malaysians here, we have people that are actually living in Malaysia and prospects that wants to come to Malaysia. So this is a very important and interesting topic, right? Is Malaysia worth visiting? All right, if you want to watch this video, stay tuned to the very end and let's begin. Okay, welcome back. So yes, is Malaysia worth visiting? Like I've always told you, if you have been watching my videos regularly and you have been seeing how I actually move around Malaysia and show you guys the beauty of this country, I have been in Malaysia for, let's say, average of 3 years now. I finished my master's here, and by God's grace, I'm preparing to start my PhD. I already have the admission. I'm just in the process, okay, of starting the PhD. Hopefully by February, March next year. So yes, I have some little knowledge about Malaysia. I may not have so much like that per se, but at least I can tell you a little about this country called Malaysia as a foreigner and an international student or international fellow living and studying in Malaysia. Will I tell you Malaysia is worth visiting or not? Well, every country you go to in this world, there are different criteria that you may have to look at to be able to come to a conclusion. Maybe not really a necessary conclusion, but some assertions to be able to say this country is worth visiting or this country is not worth visiting. At the same time, people have different preferences, okay, of what they want from a country. So for me, I'll be talking based on my experiences about this country, Malaysia. Number one, I would like to look at the aspect of transportation, okay? The aspect of transportation. You know, if you visit a country as a tourist, one of the major things you'll be thinking of is how you navigate that country. Am I right? So yes, as a visitor, as a student here in Malaysia for 3 years, I can tell you that I'm really amazed by the transportation system in Malaysia. Reason being that you have different choices of transportation, not just only one. It's not like maybe in some countries whereby it just have to be by the means of road transportation. No, in Malaysia, they have different modes of transportation that are working perfectly fine. We have the road, of course, which is everywhere, right? With regards to road transportation, we have the public road transportation, which is the buses, okay? There are a lot of buses. There are free buses, there are paid buses, and even the paid buses, the amount is not so much like that, okay? So that's one. And in some areas, talking about buses, in some areas, for example, within the capital city, which is Kuala Lumpur, KL, they have what they call the Go KL buses. If I see the picture or any video or any clip or any video clip of that Go KL bus, I'll put it here for you so that you can see how it looks like. That bus is actually free and it moves around some parts of KL. I don't know, please comment down below. Does the Go KL bus moves all around KL, or is just some specific areas within KL? Please let me know in the comment section below. We also have a green bus. That one is called the PJ bus, okay? They have PJ01, PJ02 and all that. These buses are free. Since I've been in Malaysia, I've been using these buses. They don't go everywhere, but they have their own areas where they navigate within PJ. PJ is a big city within Selangor state of Malaysia, okay? Selangor is a very big state in Malaysia, but Selangor and the capital city, which is Kuala Lumpur, they are like actually almost interstates, okay, very close, boundaries. Although there are some places that are very far, but some part of the state are near each other. You can just move in and move out. Then they have the paid buses, which are not so expensive, especially if you are an international student in Malaysia. If you are coming here as an international student, you have the privilege to have a special card, which is the card I'm actually using. That card is called the concession card, okay? You can use it for your transport. In fact, you can use it to even make purchases. But for the purchases, I don't think there's discount. But for transport, there is a discount on that card. That's the Rapid KL card. Or is it the Rapid KL Touch and Go card? Yes. If normal people are paying, let's say, 1 ringgit, you may be paying around maybe 40 cents. Yeah, for some of the buses, because there are different buses. There's another bus again. That one is of a very kind of high standard. The MRT buses. I think that one, if people are paying 1 ringgit, you may be paying 50 cents. So you can see, basically, I'm trying to tell you that there are discounts even for the paid buses. So transportation is very easy. If you don't want to use bus, you have taxis. For me, taxi is the last thing I will ever take in Malaysia. What about you? Taxi is the last thing. That's the last option. That's if I don't have any other option at all, then I'll go for taxi. The reason is this. The taxis use meter. So if you're on a budget, it may not be really nice for you, right? Because especially if you are going very far, it's not a fixed price. I will tell you another mode of transportation very soon, which is actually fixed price. But for taxis in Malaysia, they use meters. And if you don't meet a God-fearing taxi driver, anything can happen, right? Of course, it's not only in Malaysia, all over the world. When you talk of meters, it's something that they can actually readjust and all that, or even delay or slow down or merry-go-round. Yeah, but in Malaysia, it's not so common, but definitely you will see those cases. So for me, taxi is a no-no for me, okay? But for new people, of course, you may not really know much about Malaysia. You may want to use taxis. So the third one is the Grab. This one, they have an app, and it's so easy to navigate around Malaysia. And actually, in major cities, these Grab services occur. Not only in major cities, even when I travel to some places which I didn't even expect it to be there, the services were there. So really, you can see that transportation is actually very easy in Malaysia. It's easy to navigate. With the Grab application, you just book the car and everything is organized. So the issue of cheating is quite minimized. You understand? It's not so easy for the Grab whatever to cheat you because you book on a central system and it's seen by the people in the office or whatever. So yes, there is a fixed price. I think the list is from 5 ringgit or so, but depending on the distance to which you are traveling, that you also determine the amount you are going to pay. Anyways, in summary, you can see that transportation is so easy. I forgot to say, one of the best transportation I like in Malaysia is the train services. They have automated trains. Yes, they have LRT trains, they have MRT trains, they have KTM trains, different kind of train systems in Malaysia. And these trains actually move around the major cities, okay? For example, in Kuala Lumpur here, we have train connections everywhere, like everywhere. Yes. And it's so easy for you, even as a tourist, maybe you want to go to different cities and see different places, you can just use the train service, okay? And of course, generally train is less expensive, okay? Everywhere all over the world, I think, train is less expensive. So that's one beauty. So you may begin to answer the question in your mind already, is it worth visiting Malaysia or is it worth coming to Malaysia? Because you don't need to spend so much on transportation, okay? Except if you want to be on a high budget, maybe you don't want to use public transport and all that, then of course, that means you have the money, right? There is provision for every level of people in Malaysia with regards to transportation, okay? They have a big transportation hub, which is called, in Malaysia here, TBS. Yes, TBS. Terminal Besar-Padu Selatan, right? Am I correct? That TBS is a big bus terminal where buses move from KL to all over Malaysia. In fact, there are buses that go to even Singapore and I think Thailand. Yeah, from there. So it's a very big place. If you go there, you would think it's an airport. I've made a video on that big transportation, or please check my channel, or I will link it up here if I remember. You will see that place is so beautiful, so large, and the transportation prices there, or transportation fare, is not so much. It's actually very affordable. Okay, there are also train stations there, like trains come there also to drop people coming from different places who want to travel out and all that. It's just so amazing. Everything is organized. So transportation, I give Malaysia A1. Number 2, is it worth visiting Malaysia? I've already done a video about safety, so I will not talk much about safety here. Okay, but in summary, looking at the safety, I think Malaysia is averagely safe. In fact, there should be more than average, above average. Let me just say 70% safe, because when I analyzed that video and the comments from the video from foreigners, from Malaysians about if Malaysia is safe, I came to conclude that Malaysia actually is averagely safe, or relatively safe. Yes, up to 70%, which is above 50, right? Yeah, so Malaysia is okay. Their security is tight. They are serious, you know. They love to preserve and protect both the people and the property. So I think Malaysia is very good. You see, even the police, you see them with their car, they're moving around with the major aim of actually what? Ensuring that law and order is being observed. Okay, it's very rare for you to see riots in Malaysia. There may be in 1 or 2 places, maybe very minute, but it's not like so loud like that, you know, like in some places where you say, people are fighting here, people are doing this. Of course, Malaysia is not perfect. If you want to know, Malaysia is not 100% perfect if you are planning to come here, but I can assure you that up to 70% again, okay, which is still almost an A, right? Or B plus, up to 70%, Malaysia is trying. Yes, Malaysia is trying. You can have peace of mind even while you are in this country, okay? You can be in Malaysia and you may not even have any experience of accident, okay? Because the roads are very good. Talking of transportation and talking of safety, the roads are very good. They have one of the best road networks that I have seen so far. I've traveled to other places, okay? I've traveled to China before, and China also has a very good road network, probably because of their population, so wide roads. But Malaysia also has very good road constructions, and they always update this. Just a few days ago or so, I saw just close to my house, the roadside, I saw that they just even renovated the road. Can you imagine? They renovated the road. So they are doing that on a regular basis. I'm not talking of yearly. No. Even after some months, they come again. If there's a small pothole like this, before you will notice it, it has been taken care of already by the necessary quarters. What else do you expect from a nation? Like, this is so beautiful. And I'm learning a lot from this country. And I hope that if I have the opportunity to do something in my own country, or that's the best thing, right? When you come out, you are learning, right? To be able to make improvements when you go back to your own home country. If I have the opportunity, there are many things that one can actually copy from these people and implement, okay, for the betterment of your own nation, anywhere you are coming from. Nowhere is perfect, like I said, but Malaysia is working towards perfection. Also, with regards to expenses, is Malaysia worth visiting? When you talk of expenses, I've done a video also on this channel recently about how expensive Malaysia is. And I did an experiment trying to eat for a whole day, okay? And I spent how much in that video? I spent less than $4 for a whole day's meal. Isn't that beautiful? Less than $4 for a whole day meal. And I was satisfied to the brim. You saw what I ate. If you want to watch the video is there on the channel also. Go and check that video and you will see how expensive Malaysia is. Is it expensive? Is it cheap? Is it affordable? Is it average? I've explained that on that video. So yes, think about that. These are some other things you have to look at with regards to determining if it is worth visiting a nation. Yeah, the expenses. And in Malaysia, averagely, if you have like $2, you can actually survive with regards to food. Okay, if you have $2, $2 to $3, if you are somebody that wants to stay in budget and still be satisfied, yeah, you can. And even if you want to be the person that will spend much, maybe you are the one that want to take luxurious food and all those kind of things, with $10, you can be perfect. Yes, and I know $10 is nothing to people that are coming from places where they spend dollars, right? So if you convert it to Malaysia, $10 is just like maybe average of 50 ringgit, or not even up to 50 ringgit really, but let's just round it up to 50 ringgit. So tell me, if you have been spending dollars in your country, or you are receiving your salary in dollars and all that, then this is a very little money to you. Of course, on the contrary, for people that their currencies are lower than Malaysian's currency, then they may look at it as a little bit expensive. So that's why I said there is an option for every category of people, okay, with regards to expenditures in Malaysia. That being said, what other aspects can we look at with regards to if Malaysia is worth visiting? Where are the places to visit in Malaysia? Places to visit in Malaysia. I would like to tell you, without any iota of doubt, that there are so many beautiful places you will visit in Malaysia. I've been in Malaysia for 3 years and I've not even visited up to half. Can you imagine, right? Like, I've not visited up to half of the places in Malaysia. If you check my channel, you see a lot of travel videos, right? I have the travel series, I have the Malaysia review series. Still, most of them are me going to places, and you can see even some of the few states I've visited. I've gone to Johor, apart from KL. KL is so big, you can't even finish shooting videos in KL. If you are a video content creator, you can assert to that. You can't finish, shooting all the places in KL. It has a lot of places, a lot of beautiful attraction places. Yeah, just within KL alone. Then you talk of Selangor, so big. When I started traveling to cities, I went to Nilai, I went to Seremban, then I went to Port Dickson, then I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. And there are other places that I have skipped. Even if you just want to go with the train, okay, the names on the train places, all those places, there is something special you can, see in Malaysia. There's a place special within all those different bus stops or train stops. They have natural resources. I mean, they have the nature, like you go to the sea, you go to the beaches, you go to all the waterfronts, all those things. There are a lot of that in Malaysia. You talk of Terengganu. I've not been there, but I've been following some of my beloved content creators, and I have seen a lot of things in Terengganu, and I would love to go there. I think it's in Terengganu they have the floating market or something. I'm not sure, right? Yeah, I would love to visit all those places. There are a lot of things you can visit in Malaysia. You talk of Cameroon Islands, you talk of Genting Islands. Oh, these are places I would love to visit. I'm just waiting for this pandemic to mellow down a little bit so that we can be able to travel again. Currently, where I am, and why you are seeing me doing sit-down videos sometimes now, is because of my restriction to actually move around, because we are in a CMCO, which is Conditional Movement Control Order. So I cannot really travel so far. Okay, so I said, okay, some of you said you will love, in fact, most of you said you will love to be seeing reviews also if I cannot go out to shoot videos. So that's why I'm doing some reviews for you. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it's useful to you and also to those who may want to come to Malaysia. Also, one more thing we're talking about is Malaysia worth visiting, right? So these are all general for those who may be tourists, but I'm going to do a video for academics specially, okay? But if you want to talk of maybe where you can school and all that, let me just give you tips of the iceberg. Yes, there are places you can actually school and get the best, just like the same standard in UK, in US, and other places in Malaysia. Also, before I round up, we talk about shopping. Malaysia is like another Dubai, probably within this Southeast Asia. Yeah, I did a video about that, and I said Malaysia's Dubai when I went to Johor, and also there are many shopping centers in even KL. Talk of Pavilion, you talk of One Utama. In fact, there are so many. So, is Malaysia worth visiting? If you are a lover of shopping, yes, Malaysia has a lot of beautiful malls, like beautiful mega malls, well designed. That, in fact, sometimes you may not even want to buy anything. You just want to move around and, just merry-go-round the malls because of the beauty of the malls. So Malaysia is worth visiting if it's for shopping, okay? You can get cheap, you can get expensive, you can get average shopping prices, okay? And a lot of food everywhere. Wow, that brings me to the last. I said that was the last, but how can I talk about Malaysia without talking about food? Is it possible? Malaysians, is it possible? Forgive me. Any foreigner or international fellow that comes to Malaysia and doesn't experienced the food culture has not visited Malaysia, because that's one of the major highlights in Malaysia. Because Malaysia is multicultural and multiracial, so they have different kinds of food, different presentations of food. Food itself is a whole culture in this Malaysia space. So if you want to try new foods, if you want to try foods that will what? Pinch your taste buds and want you to always take more, visit Malaysia. Put Malaysia in your visit roll, that immediately once there's a chance, you can come to Malaysia. You will thank me very much later for watching this video. Anyways, I will try to come to an end because I don't want the videos to be too long, but I believe you have learned one or two things as regards if Malaysia is really worth visiting or not. Let me know in the comment section below. But for me, I conclude, based on my assertions, Malaysia is far worth visiting. And I even think that Malaysia is even underrated. Yes, Malaysia is a beautiful country, and I know that in the future, Malaysia will be everywhere, okay? It will be everywhere. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below, what are your own assertions? Is Malaysia worth visiting? You have been in Malaysia for some time. What do you think about Malaysia as a country? I would like to interact with you in the comment section below. As a Malaysian, what do you think about your country? Do you think other international people that have come to your country, do you think they enjoy your country from your interactions with your foreign friends? Or maybe you have international students as friends. Have you interacted with them? What do you think? Do they like your food? Do they like your country? Let me know in the comment section below. Till I see you in the next video, stay positive. I may go out in the next video. I may, okay? It's not a promise, but if I have the chance, I may go out in the next video. Stay positive, stay safe. Don't let anybody steal your joy. We hope we've all win together in this fight. Much love, and God bless you. I love you guys so much, more than my heart can take. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.